Alright guys, this is writing absolute value equations from a graph. This video won't be as long as the other ones. The one thing that you do need to do is that you make sure that you understand the formula for writing absolute value equations in transformational form. So that formula is f of x is equal to negative a, and then we're not going to use negative b here. So for the purpose of my class and the problems that you're going to use, this is all you're going to need to know. All right, so these are the 4 steps that you need to follow when you're writing the equation from a graph. And normally I'm not even going to give you a value for a. It's just going to be 1, but remember that a is just your slope. So if you can find the slope of the line, then you can plug it in. For most of the examples that I give you, it'll just be 1, as you'll see. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find the vertex. So if we're looking at this, my vertex is right here. So step 1, my vertex is at negative 1, 3. Okay, step 2, remember that's your h and that's your k. Step 2 is to check the slope. So from point to point, up 1 over 1. A is equal to 1. Check for a reflection. Has it been reflected the other way? So if this was pointing down, then it would have a reflection, but 3 is no, there's no reflection. And then step 4 is just to plug it in. So what you want to do is you want to get this equation and kind of leave some blank spaces. So if I were to rewrite it, it would look something like this. X minus that plus whatever your value for k. So you'd have parentheses here, here, and here. And what you would plug in there is your a, your h, and your k. Now it's important that you keep this negative sign right here so that when you plug in your values, your signs will change the way they're supposed to. So a here is 1, so no big deal. H here is negative 1. And then k here is 3. Sorry if you hear that noise, guys. Okay, so then you simplify it. Okay, since a is 1, we don't really care about it. So we're going to have f of x is equal to the absolute value x minus negative 1 plus 3. Okay, can't have that double negative there. F of x is equal to the absolute value of x plus 1 plus 3. And that's it. That's your answer. That's all you got to do. Nothing too crazy. All right, I'm going to have a few more examples for you. So we're here. First thing you do is check your vertex, which is right here, negative 1, 4. Remember that's your h and your k. Check your slope, down 1 over 1, so just 1 over 1. 3, is it a reflection? Yes, which means you're going to have a negative in front of your equation. And then for step 4, you just plug everything in. So I have f of x is equal to parentheses out front, absolute value x minus parentheses for your h plus parentheses for your k, and then you just plug in. So I have a negative 1 here, negative 1. My h, negative 1 there, and a 4 here. So then when you rewrite it, you have to check that double negative. That's right here. That's going to turn into a positive. F of x is equal to negative. You can leave the 1 there if you want to. X plus 1 plus 4. And that's your equation. One more. Step 1, find your vertex. Negative 1, 0. Okay, step 2, check your slope. Down 1 over 1, so a is equal to 1. Step 3, is it a reflection? Is it going down? Yes, which means a is going to be a negative number. A is negative. And then 4, you just plug everything in. Parentheses here, absolute value x minus some number plus k. And then you just plug them in. So we have negative 1 h is -1 here, and then 0. Check your double negatives. Okay, check your signs. F of x is equal to negative absolute value x plus 1 plus 0. Now we don't write plus 0. We don't need it. So you can just kind of like cross it out, and then when you rewrite it, you're going to have f of x is equal to negative x plus 1, and then that's it. You're going to leave this space over here empty. All right, so that's it for this video. I have a couple of practice problems for you. Here they are right here. Okay, so make sure that you write the equation for each one. Let me give you one for extra credit. Okay, all right. So there's 3 problems for you, one for extra credit to turn in for tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know, shoot me a remind, or I'll see you tomorrow in class.